Oh, shit. What is going on, chat? How are we doing tonight? It is Friday night. We are at the end of the week. And we are in here holding it down. Probably the only goddamn way that we know how, boys and girls. How are we doing? Okay, tonight's going to be a little bit of a mix-up. Well, not a mix-up, but a little bit of change-up of the format. For all of you that haven't heard, we have, well, not on-track reporting, but on-site correspondence. My man, Something Rad, is in Atlanta this weekend, so he will not be joining us on the Hodcast. Well, I'm calling it the Hodcast because I'm sitting in the Discord. Look, tonight's going to be a little bit different. We don't have Marcus. We don't have Dawn.
ESPN Speed World.
Restored my son. Look, we're going to get into just about everything. Maybe I'll be a little more or a little less distracted. I'm already messing things up. Maybe I'll be a little less distracted. Maybe I'll be more distracted. I don't honestly know. But just like we did at A1, I am flying solo tonight. We are going to have the call-in portion of the stream if people want to get in here. But it is going to be your man Scooty Puff Jr. holding down the fort on the RM Fantasy streams. Chat, I love you all to death, and I would love you all to pay your respects to Marcus and Dawn while they take this week off, each individually. Oh, and Dawn's in the chat, though! Bro, look at this dude. Where you been, man? Can we get Marcus in the chat? If we can get Marcus in the chat, I think that we can get some heavy energy. We can get some heavy energy going. Boys and girls, it is Friday night. The energy courses through my body like an electrical current that Nikola Tesla is dying to tap into and sell. Actually, no, he didn't want to sell. He wanted to give it away. Basically, what I'm talking about, boys and girls, it is Friday.
You'll need to do a first-person Ma championship.
Wow. Look. I am not the president or CEO of DMR. I cannot dictate what those guys are doing in the background. But I can't say if you want to message our man Astro tonight. Look. Am I going to say that I wouldn't be interested in a first-person championship? No, I would be. Do I think a lot of other people wouldn't be interested in a first-person championship? Yes. Yes, I do. Chat, it's Friday. How the fuck are we doing tonight? What's really good, boys and girls? How the hell are each and every single one of you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Chat, let's like this bitch up. My man Travis coming through with that big $2 holla to start this out. Boys and girls, it is Friday, and this is by far the most electric RM fantasy stream in history.
Justin and Josh Hill are in a burning building and Reno can only save one Hill brother. Which one is he saving? Letter B in square. Letters A, B in square.
Chat, look, we've had two extremely serious questions get dropped already on the stream. Chat, will Reno show up and answer the question?
Bruh.
Ah, damn. Look. I thought because Dawn and Marcus weren't going to be here for tonight's stream that I would be less distracted, but I've got to say that I'm probably just as distracted as always.
Everybody betrayed me. I fed up with this world.
Chat, please. Can we get some F's in the chat for Big Hill? Please. Reno's only going to save Junior.
How could you have done this?
I don't even know what's going on. Chat, Please. How we doing? How the hell's everybody doing tonight? Can I see those hashtag eats in the chat for my son Restored coming through with the 420 Doink Nation and Travis coming through with the $2 holla. Boys and girls, we're going to get into the most electric fantasy Supercross in the history of time. We're going to chooch first.
I just fell backwards and hit my head. Ow! Ow! Ow!
We've done it, chat. We've done it. Marcus and Dawn, each in the chat. And here on the podcast, Fantasy Stream, Hot Dudes Incorporated, whatever the hell you've decided to call it, they're here in spirit, boys and girls. They are here in spirit. All right, we're going to sip a little water. We're going to get into this top 10 chat. How the hell are each and every single one of you doing tonight? Let me say what's up. It's Friday. I want to thank you guys for coming through. We're going to run down the 250s a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of tweaking. We're going to talk about the 250s a little bit. And well, before we do that, we're going to talk about the fantasy group. Then we're going to talk about the 250s. Then I'm going to open up your guys' opportunity to hop in the Discord and chat with me about what you think your hot take of the week is going to be. Look, I'm definitely going to be using the chat as filler with no Dawn and Marcus here. So please, 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 can we get some F's in the chat and pay some respects? Also, Marcus and Dawn, Donut, I saw you post web for the W. Do you guys want to give us your top 5? What's the wild card this week? Wild card is 12th. So if you want to give us the top 5 and give us the the wild card. Also, if you guys want to get in here in Discord, you're more than welcome to as well. Whatever the hell you want to do, chat tonight is going to be an extremely mellow RM fantasy stream. We're going to have some good conversation. My son Restored sent me a nice little packet of questions. I know that he would have loved for Marcus and Donut to be here for these questions, but unfortunately, they aren't going to make sense after this round. So we're going to do them this week, and I'm going to say, Restored, I love you to death, and I thank you. Chat, we desperately need a producer, so if you guys want to message me questions during the week that you want to hear on the RM Fantasy streams, feel free, because we are 3 guys that just aimlessly babble about all kinds of stuff, and really, we don't know what's going on, but we have a good goddamn time doing it. Now, how about that? Let me say what's up to each and every one of you too. I forgot to do that. My man Sean, we got Hayden. We got 2 Seans actually coming through, holding it down double tough. My man Custom Wheel in here. We got John holding it down, dude. Wes is in here. My son Restored. Donut, Travis, of course, all coming through. We got Reno Bandino in here. My man Ben KR Shamola coming through, holding it down. Chat, I love you all to death. Let's see some of those yeets from my son Restored. Travis coming through with that $2 holla. We got Zaz coming through, holding it down with us as well. Yo, it is Friday night, and I am thankful as hell to have each and every one of you coming through. My man Andrew Soto in here. Who else am I missing? My man Nug in here. We got Byron up in here. Dude, what is going on, everyone? How the hell are we doing, chat? Let's get into some serious topics of discussion. I love you all to death, and I thank you all for coming through on a Friday night. As I said, unfortunately, Donut and Marcus are going to be here. Donut is at... What the hell is Donut doing? Is he got some sort of, like, bachelor party going on or something like that? And then Marcus is at Atlanta Supercross. So... the vibe is heavy right now. I know a lot of people gas me about how bad I do in my fantasy points and whatnot. But look, I'm not making none of the changes to them after we see qualifying and stuff like that. So I'll take the L, and I won't be too upset with myself. You know, I'm a little guy, and we vibing. Look, Donut, do not get pulled over using your cellular telephone whilst driving. Marcus, you gotta have some sort of idea, because you don't want your picks to just roll over. I don't think you do, at least. I don't remember exactly what your picks are, but I don't think you want to roll over. I see Jeff Walker lurking in our top 10. What is that, Portsman or something like that? Wes, with your secret co-op name, covert looking ass, redacted ass, look at this dude, showed up a week ago. That motherfucker is winning our championship by like 760,000 points. Icy, my dude. It is Friday, my guy. I'm having a good-ass night. I hope you had a fan-damn-tastic week. Look, we got Wes in the number 1 position with 531 points already. His overall rank is 11th. 11th! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wes, you or anyone is more than welcome to get into the call when we open the lines up. All you have to do is be on Discord and in the Discord so I know to drag you in to start getting them hot takes. As I can see right now, my man KR Shmula booling out in that watching the stream part of the Discord. That is exactly where I'm going to need you to be when we get to that. KR, I'm looking at you. I'm going to grab you first. If you're still sitting in there ready to get in here, be about 20 minutes or so. This stream isn't going to be as long as the other episodes, obviously, because we're missing 2/3 of our, well, let's just say entertainment. Look, if we're going to call it entertainment, I would say those guys are the entertainment, and I'm the wheel that drives the ship, boys and girls. And look, this ship, without the entertainment, it's drifting out in sea right now. I got to tell you. As I was saying, our man Wes is clapping ass right now. Restored has been running the spreadsheets. He's had the numbers. He's been pouring vials of liquid into other vials of liquid. And he was clapping until our man Wes joined the league and decided to run with this number 1. We got Woo in the number 3 position, not too far behind Restored. Only 7 points separate them. Ryder down there in the number 4 position. Merv in a top 5, my dude. Let's go. Raz in the number 6 position. Old Jeff Walker sitting in that number 7 position. Chief Keef, look, he's a gorilla in the fucking coop. That's all I got to say. And the man is in the number 8 position in our championship. My man John coming through with the amazing spreadsheets that we've been using the last couple of weeks with 420 points in that number 9 position. And Soundgarden Zeppelin, who has been the leader of our league quite a few rounds, dropping all the way to the number 10. As you can see, our top 10 is coming in swinging right now. And none of the animated characters that you see here on the RM Fantasy Show, they are not in the top 10 anymore. Donnie in the number 11, looking at that top 10, hoping for some moves to be made this weekend. He's calling Cooper for the win already? Oh, dude, Byron, my man, dude, long championship, man, and you were doing strong. Now you got to worry about Wes, because Wes is in here clapping cheek. He's got a big old handful of cheek right now. So you guys got to start getting some points if you want to close that gap. Our man Donnie in the 11, KTM in the 12, Lady Hawk 13. Tied, actually. Marcus only 3 points behind Donut. These two are going at it. John holding down that 15. Let's go all the way down and find old dad legs. Look, I'm not going to make a whole bunch of excuses. Obviously, me not changing my stuff after qualifying is not helping me, but I got to start getting some stuff, man. I'm giving away stuff right now like I am in the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I cannot continue to be giving it away now. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to figure it out, honestly. Or I'm trying to go for 69,000th place. That could be my goal. If I could score 69,420 on the season, that might be pretty Ronnie Mac of me, honestly. So I gotta say, I can't complain too much about that. All right. So as I said, we're gonna jump and we're gonna talk about the 250s here for a minute because it was a Triple Crown, and as I've said before, I think the Triple Crowns are phenomenal, and I think that they kind of demonstrate a lot of the racing that we're gonna get potentially throughout the season as long as all these riders stay healthy. Sean, I did hear about that. Thank you so much for keeping me informed, though. Chat, I got to thank you guys again so much. So many of you guys messaged me on Discord, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever the case may be. Like, as soon as you find out information about whether or not a rider is hurt or going to be missing a race, or if they're going to be racing, or whatever the case may be. I found out about AC early before the races from you guys. I think I found out about Cooper racing for sure this week about you guys. There's just been like tons of stuff like that. I'm pretty sure you guys are the ones that told me about Tickle getting hurt. Regardless, you guys come through with a constant amount of information. I'm very thankful for the community. All right. Really all I want to talk about as far as the 250s go, we had really good racing. I think Sexton is on this year. I think he looks better than he did last year. I think the championship is going to be between Sexton and... Oh my, how chooched am I? What's his old... McElrath. It's going to be between McElrath and Sexton. But can we talk about how if... Oh, God, I just had his goddamn name. Hampshire. If Hampshire had been not American, if Hampshire had been Dylan Ferrandis, can we talk about how upset social media would have been over the way the Hampshire was riding? I didn't personally see anything that stood out to me about social media talking about Hampshire. That's not to say that social media wasn't talking about Hampshire. I just didn't particularly notice any of it. But I don't think that would have been the case at all had it been Ferrandis or... It really just seems like the French riders for the most part. I think we could probably dig really, really deep, but it seems like it's mostly just the French riders that when they do stuff, social media tends to get really upset. But it's like, dude, Hampshire, while it wasn't at the same speed of the incident that Ferrandis particularly had this year, Hampshire giving people the work this year. I think it would be totally ridiculous to not compare the two riders as far as the aggressiveness. Like I said, was the things Hampshire doing at the same speed as what Ferrandis had been getting himself into? No. Obviously, it was at a little bit slower of a rate. But is it the same kind of mentality where you're taking the line out from another rider? 100%. 100%. So I just kind of want to touch on that. I think Hampshire's pretty fast this season. I don't think he's as fast as McElrath and Sexton. I think those are the two that we're going to be watching battle it out throughout the season, pending any mistakes. This is all a hypothetical. If all of these riders stay healthy and nobody goes down, not even just healthy, but everybody just rides at the top of their ability, I think that it's going to be Sexton and McElrath. Jordan Smith, I don't know what's going on with him, but I think he's riding even below his expected potential right now. J-Mart, yeah, he's definitely, I think we could see J-Mart grab a W. I don't think that would be a shock to anybody. I don't think that it would be some sort of wow. I mean, it would be awesome since he has been away from the sport. So it would be like a yeah. But it doesn't look like he's a title threat. Now, as you can tell, I say that very hesitantly because we're, 2 rounds into the East Coast Series? So anything could happen. Braden, I love you to death. How the hell are you doing, dude? Anything can happen. And so, as it sits right now, just looking at the math that we have currently, it does look like he's a potential podium threat, and possibly he could be a title threat depending on how the rest of these guys ride, obviously. McElrath seems dialed, extremely dialed, and so I would say him making a mistake is unlikely. Not impossible, obviously, but very unlikely. And I think, yeah, I'm seeing you guys talk about J-Mart for Daytona is probably not a goofy concept by any means. We all know that J-Mart is a monster in outdoors. Daytona is like a outdoors catalyst a lot of the time. It's just a very unique and different circumstance than all the other Supercross rounds that these guys go through. So if J-Mart stays healthy and continues the trajectory he's on, gets would they have this round and then Daytona? Is it this round and next round and Daytona, or is Daytona after Atlanta? Either way, J-Mart's got to be on an upward trend and battling with Sexton and McElrath, because if Sexton and McElrath take off and are the obvious 1 and 2 out front, and J-Mart's battling through the pack for a podium or something like that, while that's obviously extremely impressive, that only further cements that those two have Daytona's next. Okay, thank you. That, because it's the whole package, as we've talked about. The whole reason why the cheat sheet has starts on it, it's the whole package. This season, there's not a one guy. It doesn't matter what class that we're talking about. There's not a one superstar that can beat them all, no matter all the adversity they take on. That doesn't exist anymore. The classes are too stacked. And if I don't have the data of J-Mart starts and overall finishes other than the first round of his finish, but he's got to be getting the starts, just like anyone that's going to be winning these championships has to be getting the starts. You can see it even right here on the podium. Ken had the points lead for not the longest, but for a little while. He's been getting phenomenal starts overall throughout the series. Eli, that number I believe was in like the 8s or so. He started to get better starts and bring his average down. And Cooper, being under Eli, he's the other rider that we're obviously going to be talking about, and most likely talking a lot about, seeing as he crashed out of last round. There's a lot going on, and we'll get back to that. But we'll wrap up these 250s, and then I'll start bringing people in here, and we'll start talking about the 450s, and we'll start talking about who we want to pick for this wild card and what people's top 5s are. All right, so as I was saying, J-Mart and Hampshire obviously looks good, but with the injured knee, it's hard to say. There's a couple of people in the East Coast that have a lot of potential, but as the math sits after the 2 rounds that they've done, it definitely looks like McElrath and Sexton are the 2 guys that are most likely going to be going at it for this championship. And like I said, that's all pending the riding. There's a lot of racing left, so I'm pretty excited. It looks like these guys are hungry. Hampshire looks like he's obviously trying to ride his ass off and prove that he deserves to be on the Husky. Sexton looks like he's trying to ride and prove that he deserves that number 1. McElrath looks like he's trying to ride and to show that he made the right choice to go to Yamaha and that he deserves to be the number 1. And J-Mart looks like he's riding like he deserves to be back in professional Supercross racing and would like to possibly surprise some of us. So 250 East Coast, you can say it's not as exciting or not as this or not as that as the West Coast, but for the racing that it is, I think it's good. I think we've got a solid depth in the field. There's a lot more fresher faces. I don't want to say amateurs or not amateurs, but rookies entirely, but we've got like fresher faces that we haven't seen as much, it looks like, especially with all the injuries that there is on some of the teams. We're getting to see Big Hill and some of the other Club MX riders, and we've got the FXR Chaparral team making their debut technically on the East Coast. I know a lot of their riders were doing West Coast in prep, but East Coast is the chip that they're officially starting and saying that's the start of their official season. So I'm excited. I think there's a lot going on. Marchbank's out doing Smith. Dudes, okay, that is real and true, and I don't want to hang up on the 250s too much, but I said that a little bit earlier, that Smith, I think, is definitely underwhelming people's expectations. Lancer, I love you. How you doing? Ryan, my dude!
I'm here for 6 packs and big hogs.
That's the way we do it on a Friday night, boys and girls. Let's see him. I want to see those big red yeets in this month. Show some damn love to my man Ryan coming through with that big $2 haul. I want to see him hashtag Yeets and the big red Yeets. Joey Crown broke his collarbone. Oh, he is the other. The names escape me all the time. Obviously, I chooch way too hard, and trying to keep track of all the writers is something it takes multiple people to help me with. But Joey Crown was riding phenomenally this last weekend. Like, Klumpe boys are putting in the work, and the work is showing. Obviously, Big Hill's looking great. Joey Crown's been looking great on this East Coast. I am really bummed to hear that he is out with the collarbone. I'm going to only assume that he's out at least for a couple weeks or so. These guys either get it plated or are young enough that when it breaks, they just let it ride, and it only takes a couple of weeks. I think that's what Jet Lawrence is doing. So I'm not hyped to see that. Ryan, my man, thank you again for the $2 holla. And chat, I want to thank you guys seriously so much for coming through on a Friday. This is round 9 of our RM Fantasy Picks. It's going to be a little bit shorter of a stream than normal because we are absent, Donut and our man Something Rad. But I love them to death. Marcus is in Mother Truckin', Georgia, getting ready for that Atlanta Supercross. And Don, I believe, is in Austin. I forget if he said it was a bachelor party or what it is, but he's doing something. And he's beautiful, and I love him, and we miss them to death. And hopefully they'll both be back next Friday, and we're going to have a good-ass time and keep doing what we do. Christian, how the hell are you doing tonight, man? Seriously, I can't thank you guys enough for coming through on another episode of our wonderful, wonderful RM Fantasy stream. I'm so thankful to have the community around me that I do. I was just saying that I get most of my information as far as rider stuff going on from the community, and I talked about it earlier in the stream, and Jakey comes through and lets me know that Joey Crown is out this week, which is something I didn't know. So as I continue to say, seriously, thank you guys for the constant information. Thank you guys for being part of the community, man. Seriously, there's so much stuff going on that I wouldn't be able to get done without your guys' help. So I'm very, very thankful for everything that you guys provide to this community. Vinny, we're about to find out, my man. Because we don't have Something Rad Shark Tank Marcus Beasley here and our man Donut, I'm going to be opening up the call lines much, much earlier, and we're going to start getting out those hot takes. My man KR Shmula's booling out in the Discord, and I'm going to drag him down. And that's what we're going to start talking about, Hayden. We're going to start talking about the 450s. We're going to start talking about our fantasy picks. And my son, Restored, came through with 5 incredibly powerful questions that I will start running into with my man KR. And we'll start hanging those out to you guys in chat. So we're still going to have a bit of content going on tonight's stream. I love you all to death. I want to thank you all so much for coming through. Liam, I haven't even asked him yet, but I 100% want Papa Kellen on here. I would love to get Papa Kellen on here. I've talked with Jeff Walker a little bit about it, so we got to figure out what works best for everybody's schedule. But honestly, I'm super down to have more and more guests on here. This isn't just our show. This isn't mine and Don and Marcus' show. This is our show, all of ours. Monkey, what's going on tonight, my man? I'm trying to catch up in chat. Moto-san, my guy, how the hell you doing, dude? I'm down. Yeah. I'll message. I'll try to message him this weekend or this week on Instagram. All right, let's bring KR Shmula in here. Just an actual king, dude. Just an actual king. KR Shmula, my guy. How the hell are you doing tonight? Oh, he's not here. Or can people not talk in this channel? I swear.
Doing all right.
Oh yeah. My man KR Shmula in the building, dude. Well, now you've got the pressure on you, my guy. No Donut, no Marcus. Just a couple little guys hanging out in Discord, giving their opinion on an extremely large sport like Supercross, if we're going to keep it 100. Hold up. Before, KR, what I want to hear from you is I want to hear what you thought about last week's 450 racing. And I'd love to hear a
Yeah, I
hot
think
take.
it's delayed for me. I'm sorry.
No. KR, can you not hear me in Discord? Huh? Hold up. Can you not hear me in
I
Discord?
cannot hear you in Discord. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, whoa, dude. What is going on with KR stuff? I can hear you. KR. How can you not? What is the deal here? I love you.
I don't know. Like, I can hear you through YouTube and all that, so I'm trying to respond through there, but it's like 10 seconds behind.
No, yeah. Here, like, reset your Discord or something. You have to figure it out, but just, here. Yeah. Reset your Discord or something, KR. I love you to death. I don't know what's going on, but that's far too much of a delay, you king.
Alright.
Oh, KR is the literal king. I love you. Oh my goodness. I've never experienced that. I've never had that happen before. Look at this little guy. Look at this guy. Look at this dude. Here, look, let me fix something real quick. Holy moly. Chat. Remember when I said that this wasn't going to be as scuffed of a stream as I thought it was going to be? Yeah, that was wrong. That was dead wrong. How the hell are you doing, dude? Oh, you just moved? Yo. Good move or bad move? Like, shit was fucked and you had to get your shit going. Look, I'm just a little guy asking the questions. We're trying to figure out. We got a little bit of technical difficulties with my man, KR Shmula. For whatever reason, you guys could hear him. I could hear him. I don't know what the deal was, but he could not be talking to me 15 seconds behind. I love KR to death. That was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Okay. All right. No, moving's the worst. Moving is the actual worst. And I'm sorry that you're not done in the one day, but moving is the actual worst. All right. So I'm going to start this out while we're waiting for KR. Obviously, we had a lot of action going on last week. There's a lot of questions on whether or not Webb is going to be in the condition that he has been in this whole season and last season to compete at the level that he is ready to compete at. As we look at the current standings, he's an entire race win behind Eli Tomac, and we are at round 9 of a 17-round series. This is a serious pendulum swing moment in the championship that may be a situation that Cooper Webb looks back on with some extremely painful memories, if I'm going to be 100%. 26 points this deep into the championship is ugly. I would not want to be in that Red Bull KTM tent talking about what needs to be done this week to make sure that the championship hopes aren't getting boofed. Oh, just elbowed my mic. Sorry, headphone users. I do know that the Monster Energy Kawasaki tent is probably extremely excited about how things are going right now. Eli's looking extremely strong, and that's going to take me into the first question that my son Restored has brought to the table. Historically, Tomac has Tomac'd himself at some point or another during the championship. Is Tomac done with these lapses in thought that cause him to lose these races? Or will he be making similar mistakes as the ones that he's done over the past couple of years? Now, I think that question is probably the most expensive answer in recent motocross and supercross racing history, because I would be willing to argue that Tomac is and has been the highest prospect as far as potential Supercross champions. This guy is driving down the freeway with his window.
Hey! I'm not interrupting. Is this that Hog podcast? I've been watching with my nephew, and I'm pretty upset these guys like Ferrandis. They don't talk about Ronnie Mack or no two-stroke. Do I just have phone voice?
Yes.
Am I just ruining the stream, dude? Am I even legible?
You're pretty legible. I'm gonna assume that you're pretty legible
Okay.
right now.
All right, I'm not even using speaker. I'm putting in the full dedication to get some real clarity across on the stream. But I guess while KR was fixing his shit, I was doing my call in. Just full interruption, dude. Full tangent mode.
Look,
should I just?
I think
should
it
I
was
just
the energy.
dive into something? Yeah, I had to bring that energy.
Yeah.
And should I just dive into something straight away?
100%. I don't think that...
Okay, absolutely. I'm gonna go off on maybe a couple quick tidbits, just get my fill of the stream, real quick since I'm driving and I still need to use the directions eventually. But okay, fun fact. I thought this was hilarious. RJ Hampshire, which I'm also completely fine with the takeout.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty funny. Unless someone takes out one of like my 3 favorite riders and then I'm just steaming with bias and then I don't like the takeout.
Yeah.
Usually I think the takeout's pretty funny. It's a little entertaining. And he Hampshire won that moto. So when you take out first and you get first, I don't mind it. If you're gonna take out first and drift back to like 4th or 5th, you're a complete chumbo.
Yes.
So, he got the dub, little takeout, and the fun fact was, apparently RJ said that was, that he was seeking revenge when Sexton took him out. When Sexton took him out last year at Millville. Like, whoa!
Oh my, that's cringe, bro.
Yeah, dude, he didn't forget, dude. He wrote it on the board.
Okay. Now that you're specifically saying that, so I'm watching the Red Bull Moto Spy episodes that are on YouTube, where they go through all the Red Bull riders and whatnot, and it's just like Inside the Moto or whatever. It's just their new iteration of it.
Yeah, Red Bull kills it.
Yes, yeah. So Cooper Webb's making a joke about his Loretta finish 8 years ago or whatever, when they're still on, like, I don't know, super minis or something. And he's like, yeah, I beat Hampshire 1-1-2. And it had to do with whatever they were talking about. And Hampshire being at the same test track, Cooper walks up to him and he's like, I beat you at Loretta, or you beat me the last moto at Loretta's, right? I went 1-1-2 and you went 2-2-1. And Hampshire's like, I don't know. You just, you beat me. And it totally, if I had beaten you, my career would be totally different. And I was like, ugh. Okay, chat's telling me it was PWs. They were like little guys. Yeah, and then okay. Going back to that, okay.
Little guys, dude.
Cooper is officially my favorite rider. Like, I might be locking this in.
Really?
Okay. So he goes.
That's big, dude. That's a big.
During this thing, he's like, yeah, I beat Hampshire 1-1-2, and he beat me in the last moto. And whoever's filming or someone was like, oh, he beat you in the last moto? And he's like, yeah, but then I kissed his sister. And I was like, whoa!
Yo!
I'm like, bruh. Cooper.
Yo,
Ow.
jet energy, dude. That is some jet energy.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, all right, man. I'm like, how could I not be on board on that? Yeah, let's not hang on how cringy RJ is, because yeah.
That definitely puts Webb up in my books, man.
I don't know. Reno's trying to go to bat right now for RJ because he said
Reno hates Webb. Of course Reno's going to bat for RJ Hampshire right now. Reno likes the worst riders, dude.
I don't think that he was kidding. I just didn't feel it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I felt that being real. I felt that energy from Hampshire.
Dude. Yeah. No, I also saw some clip of Webb today. I don't know what it was for, but he said, I'll keep it short because I don't even have anything. He just said something hilarious, and I was like, wow, Webb said something really funny. He seems like a chill guy. But anyways, so the moral of the story is Webb is trending up
Stocks are climbing
Especially-
right now, dude.
Stocks are soaring.
Yeah.
It's like the funny jokes combined with him racing this weekend after supposed to be paralyzed.
Yeah, we were watching that like, please move your legs, please move your legs, please move your legs.
Yeah, dude. I was just like, I had had too many beers at that point, but I kind of saw at the corner of my eye. I wasn't sure if I was just seeing things, after that many beers, but I was like, oh, that's a guy breaking his spine.
That's a spine.
Oh, it's Cooper Webb. Yeah, spinal. Wait, that's actually what I said. I swear I made that joke when that happened. And a couple guys giggled, and then they're like, God, this guy needs to stop drinking. But
how many beers is
He's
this
had
guy?
too much.
Yeah. Look, I don't want to get off on a big tangent on this, but
Oh yeah, there was a point to all this, right? Liam said Cooper a dork. He looked like the type of dude to kiss his dad on the lips. No.
Look,
I said he broke his tramp stamp.
Nice.
Oh man.
Look, we were doing the revenge on Sexton thing, which is just hilarious. I mean, going back that far to get revenge on somebody, that's just funny at that point. And then we went into the web trending up thing, and now I was going into our tracks getting too dangerous thing. Did they just make one mistake on this one dragon's back this one time? It seems like we've had, I guess we had a lot of injuries over here.
Hold up, Don. Hold up. Thanks for just came in here and this whole Denny's erupted into a pit. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. I'm going off into a full tangent.
Yeah. All right. The last thing I think anybody heard was tracks are unsafe, and I'm okay. Or some sections of tracks are starting to get unsafe. I agree with that 100%. I agree. Right.
No, and the tangent was, are tracks getting too unsafe, or was that Dragon's Back, the last whoop on it, just a freak thing, a freak deal that took out two of the top riders? Did Dirkworks either make a mistake on it, or did it just break down in a way that's so unpredictable no one could have seen it coming? Do we need to start considering removing Dragon's Backs, or was it just a freak deal with that one's Dragon's Back? Like,
now
you could go off on a full tangent with it.
Yeah.
To me, Dragon's Backs, like, I'm not excited to see. I'm not like, oh, this track has 3 Dragon's Backs, gonna be a sick layout. It's not a kill it or win it, feature of the track. But
I've been saying
just food
whoops.
for thought, I guess. I think yes, whoops as well. I just think I've seen a lot of people talk about that we need to tame down the tracks, brother, or like, nah, they're the best riders in the world. They need to figure it out themselves. It's like, it's got to be safe to an extent, but still be entertaining.
Okay.
I guess I'm kind of on the fence about it. Like, I think it was just happened to be that one's Dragon's Back, but maybe gnarly features like that, they need to really take their time to make sure they're built consistently, and not have something funky like that happen where the top whoop is way too low.
Yeah.
And 2 of the top riders crash out.
It wasn't just those 2, dude. There was like 5 guys that crashed over the course of practice on that. It was like a ton of riders crashing on that.
Yeah.
And this is what I was getting at earlier in the week is I'm done with whoop-like features into triples. That is not safe. That's exactly what took out Jet Lawrence, and that is what took out both Cooper and Adam and all the other riders in practice. Jimmy Dakotas got hurt on it too. Like, it's not safe to have, because whoops already are a squirrely ass feature, and one little bit of whiskey.
This year, man, they have been getting big.
Dude, those ones in Tampa those were so big.
I mean, in the past, like, 2 or 3 weeks, have we ever seen this many crashes in the whoops? Like 5 guys went down on the whoops when I was watching in Dallas last week.
Yeah. It's like multiple people crashing the whoops every week.
It's like, to some extent, it's kind of entertaining watching dudes struggle in the whoops all night, but not when you have, not to the extent where like 5-6 guys go down in the whoops and maybe one of them is injured for a while. Like, there's a fine line to ride
Yes.
with the whoops, I guess.
Yes.
Maybe they need to just barely tone it back a little bit here.
This is the thing I've talked about way previous. I don't know when, but I know I've mentioned it on stream. The only hard way to do it, or the only hard thing to keep up with it, is dirt consistency. But what they should have already done is make a size format for the jumps that say every jump of this specific type is X big. So
Right.
and we have all these pieces that we can use, and they're all a specific size, like whatever that size is agreed on, everybody knows, so that going into these races, while it may be a completely different layout that they know, they're already used to all the sizes of the obstacles they're going to be hitting. Now, I know it's hard to do that with dirt. I know it's hard to replicate things to an exact, but as far as there could be like rough within a feet or certain foot or so, or whatever the case may be. But if there was more consistency in the obstacles of themselves, that would help throughout the whole field, because it wouldn't be like, oh, I went to Club MX to train and I was riding on one of their Supercross tracks. I hope it's set up at the same size that the pros are going to be riding. You would know that the pros ride on this size stuff everywhere. And then we all train and ride on the same size shit, whatever the layout may be.
Yeah, for sure. And I gotta add, the way they have to form up a track, all in one day, and it gets, maybe some press day laps on it.
Yeah.
It might, surely it deteriorates differently every time. And maybe even in a really unpredictable manner where maybe they did build up that Dragon's Back really well at some point. Maybe during press day, everyone was like, yeah, that's sick. And it just ended up deteriorating weird in practice and stuff.
Because that's the dirt.
There's a lot of factors. I just wanted to kind of address the, track difficulty stuff that it seems has been buzzing around. And I guess there's just so much that goes into it. You could talk about 100 different things about what we need to do or what's unpredictable with the way it breaks down. But I don't know if you want to touch on that more. But I'll get to the top 5 when you're ready.
Oh, I mean, like you said, we can go on and on and on about the track and what like we think should happen or whatever. But of course, that's all just speculation. And it does go back to what you were saying, all the dirt is different. There's no way to predict. Like, even if I say every triple is 75 feet and every whoop section is 110 feet long and all the whoops are 2.5 feet big. Even if I say that, and those are the rules, and the AMA writes it down, and DirtWorks follows that to a T, every single track's dirt is different. So even if you have 2.5 foot whoops here in Seattle, are going to be different than 2.5 foot whoops in Atlanta, and different in Arlington, and different in Utah and California. Like, so it's tough. And then, like, someone in chat said, why don't we just take St. Louis's dirt every round?
Yeah. Why don't we take St. Louis and push it over there? Push it so push. Yeah.
How hard? Like, how many truckloads of dirt is it? I guess that'd be a Google question, but I've got to assume it's an insane amount of truckloads.
Yeah. I've heard the answer like multiple times, and I just blank out every time.
Yeah,
I'm always just like, wow, that's a lot.
That's a number.
It's just such a big number that you just, like, there's no way you're gonna remember it. But yeah, it's something absurd. Also, how about that Dallas dirt, baby?
Yeah,
we got the best dirt in the business now. Okay,
that dirt was gorgeous, dude. It's insane how good that track is.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yo, Jesus,
blast.
what up, dude? All right. If you guys want to get into your hot takes, we can do this, man. We can do this hot and sweaty.
All right, absolutely. First, right before my hot take, I got to say, this next coming week, I finally decided to put Zach Osborne in my top 5. And then, of course, right when I do that, put him in the top 5 on Larry. That same day, I get the report, Zach Osborne has broke himself off.
Z-Bop.
Donut MX put him in his picks, and now Zacho is dead.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
guess it's going to be a while. You hate to see it, man. Look, it's narrowing down. It's making my picks easier, but, man, too many guys are getting hurt. Too many guys are wadding up. I'm glad Coop's still in it. And speaking of Coop, he will be the hot pick of the week. The hot take of the week of the lock of the century.
Wow.
Feed Cooper Webb. Wow. I'm saying he comes out angry. He comes out just rebounding with that strong grit he's always proven he has. Look, he's been riding great. He get a back bruise last weekend? He
Something
lands
like
on
that,
his
yeah.
spinal and he gets a bruise on his spleen or whatever, dude. Guy's gonna come out and he's got, like, I feel there's low expectations on him this week. People are like, oh man, well at least he's racing, Well, he got 15th. Well, at least he was out there. And he's just got no weight on his shoulders right now. He's gonna come out. Look, I really want to say like Webb for the dub. That's the flashy, sexy, hot take. Well, I will say Webb for the dub. Realistically, I think he's gonna get like second or third, and exceed everyone's expectations. But for the hot take, just for the flashy, sexy appeal, I'm gonna have to go Webb for the dub. I think he bounces back, surprises everybody, rides angry with no weight on his shoulders, and that's the hot take of the week.
Well, what about the rest of your?
To scroll through, it's hard to put Webb for the dub because Tomac is on one.
Yeah.
He's straight off the Gridley, off the Skridley, off the Goop, however you guys want to say it. And I think last week
However
he
the
was
kids
like,
are saying it.
Yeah, he was like, last week he was like, hey, this red plate, it's not as heavy anymore. I've fucked this up for 3 years now. And maybe he's finally getting more mature as the years go on.
Mm.
Maybe the red plate is carrying less weight than it has in the past. But it seems like he's really still keeping it together so far. It's just like, can he get a start? If he gets an incrementally better than average start, it feels like he's going to win every race. But he can be so inconsistent with starts, you just never know. But absolutely would not be surprised if Eli won it this weekend. So I'll put him in second behind my hot take. Rocks look great. And then fourth, fifth is a mix-up. Anderson bounced back, of course, when when I finally took him out of my top 5.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, Donut MX out of my top 5. All right, time to ride really, really well."
Yeah.
That just came out of nowhere. He's never bounced back like that after 2 miserable weeks of riding.
I kinda
he
called.
was a monster.
Kinda called that.
He was a monster. I might even consider putting him in third, because he was just absolutely shredding. And then I got like Barsha rounding it out or something. I always toss around fourth, fifth.
That's true.
Usually fifth after qualifying. So
yeah.
Well, Barsha even will qualify bad and still get like a fifth. So I probably that's my top 5. But I like the Webb hot take, and that's where I'm coming from, and that's what I got for the Stone Cold Lock of the Century.
Stone Cold Lock of the Century. All week.
Look, I think that no one would deny that energy. Honestly, I was on the Team Fried Top 5 hype train last week. I think
absolutely
he most likely makes the top 5. I think he'll be in my top 5 as well. I still, for myself, I think we already said this, and I think we're gonna be saying this, that the Tomac Ken Cooper top 3 is probably everyone's top 3 for the rest of the season at this point.
Look, you'd be silly not to put him in your top 3 if you're trying to win the series. If you want to, unless you're trying to win like a pair of tires every week and you just have really outlandish picks every week, just so you can get some weird thing that no one else picks and win tires. But If you're trying to win the chip, you got to put him in the top 3.
I heard somebody put Hill for podium this weekend, and it wasn't Reno.
It wasn't Reno.
Yeah.
What was it? Nate Tunnel? Oh.
No, it was Max. Max said, "I'm saying Justin Hill's getting on the podium
Dude,
tomorrow."
where is this Hill energy coming from?
The Hill energy.
Every week. He
Look.
does good one time in Tampa every year, and the Hill energy is always swinging, man. All right. Look, he qualified first last week, so
That's because AC wasn't there.
I finally put Hill. I finally counted on Hill for a top 5, and of course he lets me down. And so now I just feel like a
bro,
goofball.
if Jason Anderson didn't take him out, bro. If Jason Anderson.
Oh my God, I'm not counting on Hill anymore until he proves himself for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row.
Bro, he has a top 5 in Tampa, bro.
Yeah, bro, but did you see Tampa, bro? It's different, bro.
It was 2 years ago. People don't forget.
Bro, people don't forget.
Bro, he hit the quad. No one else hit it.
No one else hit it, bro.
Look, man, I'm a little guy. I'm in a little truck, and that's the honest truth. This Toyota Tacoma is a little truck, and I'm just getting screwed over here by Justin Hill whenever I have to rely on him. And for that reason, I'm out. I can't do it anymore, man.
No AP top 5, no Justin Hill top 5. This is the energy that Don is locking in for this week.
Yeah, man. But hey, AP trending up, kind of.
Kind of.
I forgot. Kind of, yeah. He'll get there. Let's go, AP, baby.
Yeah, one shot.
How could I forget, dude? The classic 12th wild card. Are you kidding me?
Is that
It's
Freezy?
Freezy.
Yeah.
Yarpy. Yarpy. There's no denying it.
Baggett, Wilson, AP are all threats, but I think that Vince Freezy is coming for that. He got 11th
He's
last
got
week
blocked.
and 13th the week before.
Oh, it's locked in.
Man.
Locked
Oh,
in,
man.
Confirmed.
dude. What are the Vegas odds? 100 to 100?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah,
Yeah,
those are
dude.
looking good. Those are looking good.
Yeah, those are good odds. I'm locking that bet in.
Goddamn Martin Davalos.
Yeah,
He
dude.
could, dude. He could.
All right, but I am also gonna pull a Marcus, and I literally don't know how to get home from here, so I need to look at my maps and stuff. So thanks for having me on the show. That was my quick take of the week, and yeah, Cooper Webb,
We
hot
love you,
take,
buddy.
little guy, little truck. All right, see you, buddy.
That was Don, guys, coming through, giving a hot take in a little truck. Chat, please wish Don good luck, safe travels, and a great night. Gabe, if you want to get in here in the Discord, my guy, and throw down a hot take, I'm all ears, my dude. How you doing tonight? KR Shmula, you've been patiently waiting. Discord energy was not on your side. You were 55 seconds behind when you were talking with us. What are you feeling? You've been listening to Don and I ramble on. What do you got brewing in your body for this top 5?
I really think that Tomac could go 3 in a row.
Wow.
I know it's a safe pick by today's standards, but Tomac has shown in the past that he can get on a streak. I'm talking that 2017 energy where he won like 5 in a row or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So once he finds his groove, he's damn near impossible to stop. So I think it's going to be, for his competition, especially Roxon, is going to be do or die in the next couple of rounds.
Mm-hmm.
If
So
I don't see anything from Roxon after Daytona, I think it's over.
Let me ask you directly then. Let me just quickly paraphrase Restored's question, even though you pretty much answered it. But obviously, we've seen Tomac do this many, many years before. And we've seen the pressure either get to him or whatever you want to decide cost him these championships. Do you think that's behind him and we're seeing this Tomac that we saw in the outdoor championships that knows how to run a championship and be in control? Or do you think that the ghosts of previous years come back to haunt Tomac?
Oh, they're
I
getting
think it haunts him, but not as severe as it has in the past. I think
do you think it costs
maybe he
him?
does finish outside of the top 5, maybe once, I don't see anything outside the top 10 though.
I think we're seeing a refined Tomac, but you can't count out him hitting the ground or mechanical failure.
I don't think it'll happen this
Yeah.
weekend, but it'll happen any race after Daytona.
Yeah, something like that.
I think late season, whenever, because in his head, I think right now he's like, all right, I haven't got it. Like, I need to calm down. I think after Daytona, especially because we all know Tomac's going to fucking win
Yeah,
Daytona.
Tomac and Daytona.
But after Daytona, he's going to have a big points lead and be like, I did it! Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Fucking,
But
or
we've
his
seen
bike
him
will
with
fucking blow up.
outdoors hold it down, even with his points lead like this last year. But
Yeah, I mean, he could do it. This could be the year, but I just can't believe it till I see it.
Yo, AJ, what up?
to get this far without anything crazy happening so far for him is great for him in terms of his seasons in Supercross.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is a strong season for him compared to the
I mean,
rest.
you have that stat sheet up. I think his worst finish was A1. It was 6th or something.
7th, yeah.
7th.
7th.
He's had, last couple years he's had a couple 8s, couple worse than that. If he can stay inside that top 5 the rest of the year, he's got the chip in the bag.
No, I agree entirely. As we've seen multiple years now, Tomac is the guy to beat at this point. And Roczen can get in and obviously run with him, but I said last week that was a major... That Triple Crown was a very, very decisive race. That was going to show us what the rest of this season could potentially have in store. Now, Cooper really threw a wrench into that by not finishing, because now his trajectory has changed. Whether it's up or down, he is going a totally different direction than had he just finished. If he had just finished, it would have been some sort of trajectory and based off of what he was doing. But now it's like do or die. He has to beat these guys.
Yeah.
He has to hope for them to not get good finishes.
Which might be even worse for the competition, because we all know Webb under pressure is a fucking animal. So it's like, now that in his head he's like, oh, well, now I guess I'm going to have to win out.
Yeah. Yo, John, have a good ass night, my dude. Seriously, thank you so much for coming through. Chat, wish this incredibly gorgeous king a good night. Kenny is actually the one that I'm most confused about mentally. Kenny can make it happen and turn it on, but is he going to? Are we going to get the Kenny that ran earlier this season, or are we going to get this Kenny that seems like he's kind of fading? Ken has done this kind of riding for years, his whole career. He comes out swinging, and we get to the mid-season, and there's a little bit of a slump for him. Every single, even long before the big blowout in the zombie arm, he has run hard early.
Shit, I mean, look at 2016. The mid-season crashes that fucked his thing.
Yeah.
See, he's just trying. I think Kenny right now, he wants to make it through without crashing.
I feel
having a big off.
I feel that too, and I think that he could have a late season charge. I think that he could totally push and start to come through with some more W's, but there's 2 riders now. It's not. We haven't had really a 3-way battle like this for a while. Usually it boils down to one rider chasing another one, and that's not. I don't think it's going to be like that this year. There's no way Tomac wins out. He's not going to win every rest of the races. So how much damage control is he going to do? Is he just going to get beat outright? Is he going to have an accident? Like,
If I'm Kenny, I want to stay within 10 points of Tomac.
100%. Yeah, 100%. That could be 2 races in points,
After
Exactly.
Daytona, I say he needs to stay within that single-digit gap.
Oh, yeah. If he can. But 10 is like the red zone.
Definitely can't let it go over 20. If it gets over 20, it's danger zone.
Yeah, see, Cooper's in an extreme... Like, he has to win this weekend. Like, I almost... Like, when Don said Cooper, I was feeling that, because it's like, he has to win this weekend.
I got him for second.
Yeah, he has to win. Like, if he does not win, he's going to be in his head. because he's gonna be like, dude, I'm so like because he's
lots
telling
more.
him, he's telling himself he has to win. Like him and his team and everybody knows they have to win races. They have to,
Especially if Tomac wins.
Yeah, they cannot be letting Roczen and Tomac beat them. Like they have to be beating those two teams. So, I mean, Cooper is probably going to be a 1-2 pick for a lot of these races. 3
Yeah, I love Cooper for 2.
Yeah, 3 safe, 5. If you just even have him in the top 5, you're going to get points. But I would say 1-2 picks for a lot of these races because he's going to be riding like hurt. Or not like hurt, but like he's going to be riding like he's in attack mode. And like we've said, confident and hungry Cooper is a dangerous ass Cooper.
Before last week, I loved him for the number 2 spot because he's been on the podium so much. If he gets that second, you get those points. If not, you're getting 10 points if he finishes first or third.
Yeah.
But after last week, I'm so like it's a big question mark. We won't know till the heat race because everyone knows he goes out in quali. He's gonna get like a 14th this week.
Yeah.
I say he has like a so-so qualifying effort, like maybe towards the back half of the top 10 because of his condition, but another thing being that he's never really been like very much up there in qualifying. Like he's definitely more of a racer than a qualifier.
Yeah,
so
in 250s he still wasn't that good.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I'm just agreeing that we won't really know what kind of Cooper we're going to get until the heat race.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. 100%. Beast just said that we can't sleep on Barsha. He's right outside. I honestly,
he's been on the up.
I'm big sleeping on Barsha.
You can say that for, well, I'm not gonna say a couple of riders, but I would say, yeah, I guess if you want to throw Anderson in there, let's look at the points.
I think Barsh is a solid 4th this week. I got him 4th last week. With Webb injured, if he gets that top 5, you get those points.
Anderson's really out right now, but I still think you give him a W. He's in the mix. I don't know if he's in for the mix for the championship, but he's definitely in the mix.
He's definitely in the mix for race wins.
Yeah, he could be in the race win mix for sure. That's 100%.
And plus, he's won Atlanta before.
I heard about that, Monkey. I heard that Zacho's out now. All right. I'm going to start putting in my top 5, but KR, if you want to start, run down your top 5, and we'll go to Jakey and Reno, and then I'm going to get Sean in here. We're going to keep this moving along and probably wrap it up real quick.
Okay, so top 5, I got Tomac getting 3 in a row. I'm going to put Webb 2nd. Anderson, I'm going to say gets 3rd. Because I feel like Roczen is going to get a bad start this weekend. I just have a premonition that it's going to happen.
Barsha looked uncomfortable and stiff in practice.
And I say Barsha top 5.
You almost have my picks exact. I have Anderson and Wes. You guys get in the Discord if you guys want to get in here. I'm gonna move through these top 5s, but I only saw Sean in the Discord, so I can only keep track of the people that are in the Discord. I have Anderson and Cooper flipped. I also think Roczen and Anderson flip because I also think that Roczen is in a do or die kind of situation, knowing that Tomac's getting these wins and starting to get away. But once again, all these riders are pretty much showing up now for the top 5. I don't think it'd be ridiculous to count any of them out. Real quick before I get back into this, I want to say my man Ryan coming through with that $2 holla chat. I want to see those big red motherfucking yeets in this bitch. Show some damn love. Real shit, man. We're going to start banging out these mother trucking top 5s. And like I said, we're going to get you guys in here from the Discord. So if you want to get in the call, make sure you are in the watching the stream section of the Discord. And I will drag you in when we get the opportunity. Boys and girls, let's see them big red yeets. And then mother trucking hashtag yeets. Zach Williams, huh? Okay. All right. I don't know how the hell I got onto this, but we
All
going.
right, is it mine?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so I picked this, I think either right after the race last week or Monday, or Sunday. So I don't have Webb in my top 5 because I wasn't sure if he's gonna show up, and I'm gonna keep it that way unless he looks really good in qualifying. Just in case he's going for a salvage ride, maybe he gets like a 6th or 7th. But I got Tomac for the dub. He's just on a tear right now. I think it's hard to not pick him unless you're going for that pick to beat everyone else.
Yeah.
Got Roxon in 2nd, Anderson in 3rd, just because he looks good. It's just if he doesn't freaking crash in the whoops or something stupid, I think he's on the podium this week with Webb hurt. Unless Webb comes out and he's just fine and he's just hitting everything, which could happen with the short whoop section.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might not be too bad on his back, just jumping through the rhythm, staying smooth. Then I have Barsha for 4th and Hill for that top 5, which I think those 4 and 5 positions could be switched. And then for the wild card, I got Chad Reed, but Vince Freezy's a hot take for sure on that.
Yeah. I think
Train 2020.
I think it's hard to argue with Freezy for the wild card, and I'm gonna go with a safe bet just based off of what I would assume is a totally plausible. Now you have to remember too, we're missing a good handful of riders. You know, we're missing Tickle, Osborne, Cianciarillo. So those are a couple of spots that I don't think that Freezy would beat in those guys, but it does drop him those couple of spots because he makes the main event, obviously. And so that's going to be my top 5. Now, I agree with you. The 4th and the 5th position is the hardest pick of all of these positions. I have Anderson in the 4 and Ken in the 3, and even those I feel like could be interchangeable. I'm pretty nervous about Anderson 4, especially with as solid as he rode last week. But
it's not bad though, because if he gets 3rd, you get 10 points.
Yeah, it's not horrible. It's just it's tough. It's tough to nail these guys exactly where they're at. My 5th is my hardest one to decide. And I'm probably going to listen to you guys and gather some opinions before I lock in a 5th because, as most of you guys know, I don't change these after qualifying, so I just let this ride from the night before and hope for the best.
All right. We good to go for my picks?
Yeah, let's hear them.
All right. So I've got 2 kind of hot ones in there. They're not like anything too crazy, I don't think. I'll explain them. But I got Kenny for the win. It's, in my opinion, we've seen it throughout the year. It'll be like Kenny has a good race, couple mediocre, and then back on the top. I think he's had I feel like he's mad about the Triple Crown because he went like 1-6-2 or some shit. So he's like, fuck, like I just blew that Triple Crown. And so I think he'll come out on top this week. I got Webb 2nd as what Donut was saying, coming out fucking pissed. Like I'm ready to go. I got Hill for 3rd. The reason you can't deny Hill's been riding better than he has the past 2 years, these last few weeks. Like, he's been passing riders. He's been making moves happen. You can't, he hasn't passed a rider in fucking 2 years until like a couple weeks ago. So I think this is the week he finally puts it on the box. I got Anderson for 4th, really solid. It's hard, like you guys are saying, it's hard for me to put him in 4th, but I don't know, because you never know what kind of start that guy's going to get.
Yep.
And then this is probably my hottest pick of them all. I got Dino for 5th because he has been on the up the whole season, gradually climbing his way up. And 2 weeks ago, whenever Hill got that 5th, Dino was 6th. And if you notice, I didn't have Tomac in my top 5. I think this is the week he crashes. It's going to be a gnarly track. I think he's going to come in being like, this is it. I got the points lead. Here we go. And I think we're going to see the mistake. So with Tomac out of the top 5, that pushes Dino up like another spot. He's been gradually climbing. I think this is the week we finally see Dino back on the fucking top 5. And then I'm going with the safe bet for 12th with old Vince Reed.
Whew. It is a pretty spicy take, I gotta say. It's definitely bold, to have Eli outside of the top 5. I guarantee there's a lot of people out there that think that you're crazy, but
Yeah.
we are getting to that point in the season where bold picks are going to be scoring a lot of points because there's a lot of pressure right now on these guys as we're at the halfway point. And 2, like you said, there are going to be situations that the predictable riders are not going to end up in those spots that we've thought they were going to end up in so many weeks prior. So is this the week that Tomac makes a mistake? It's really tough to say with how good he's been riding, but it's not. It's
definitely possible.
It's possible, yeah. It's not impossible. It's definitely a thing that could happen. So Haskell's in here saying that his GF has Webb outside of the top 5, and
which I could see that too.
It's totally possible.
Yeah,
like
I have that too. I don't have him in there.
I have a lot of faith, and I think he's going to bounce back. But he got 12th earlier this season or something like that when he was sick. We might see him just not be feeling it. I don't know everything, how much he rode during the week, how he felt during the week. I don't have all those details. I just know that he's supposed to be showing up, and he rode press day.
The video I saw of him at press day, that motherfucker was flying.
So yeah, it's really hard to know. AC came back the week after blowing out his tailbone and looked phenomenal, and so it's really tough to know. But as we've said, week in and week out, really there's no dumb picks this season. There has not.
I really like the Ken pick for the win.
Ken pick for the win is pretty solid. And like I said, all this information you guys are going off of, I don't think anyone would say anyone's a fool for this stuff. Like, this is based off of what we've experienced with these riders in the past. And this season, while it is unpredictable, a lot of these riders are riding within the kind of element that we know them to be able to ride within. And nobody's really doing anything that we're like, wow, I can't believe they're doing this. We're seeing the guys that we've been hoping do good over the last couple of years starting to shine through, which is not a shock. We're just happy. Cooper, who's the reigning champion, obviously has talent, is doing pretty decent this year. He had a big get off. Anderson, who's a prior champion, has shown some pretty good talent. Barsha, who's a multi-time winner, has shown some talent. So I think that, like I said, I don't think there's been any really dumb picks this season. So I'm pretty happy with the unpredictability and this much depth that we get to talk about week in and week out.
I just want to say, last time Kenny got second, he won the next week. So.
Wow! All right.
Let's get those other dudes.
Yeah, let's start bringing other people in here. If you guys want to hop out, that's totally fine.
I'm gonna be mute.
I'm gonna bring Sean in here first, and then we'll just start rotating people. Sean, my man. Wait, where'd you go? Oh, Sean. Sean, can you hear me? I love you. How you doing? Sean, my man.
I'm here.
You know the drill, and you've most likely been listening to what's going on. What do you think is a hot take for the top 5 for our 2020 Atlanta Supercross?
Honestly, I don't really have a top 5, except I don't think Webb's going to be in there.
It's not. That's what I got, man.
It's a spicy take nonetheless.
It is.
It's the same thing that Haskell's GF is feeling, but
I think that's one of the biggest things to watch this week, alongside the Tomac, Roxon, whoever beats each other.
Yeah, no, 100%. Everyone's watching to see what Cooper's going to be doing off of qualifying and his heat race. I think that the night is going to be decided after his first heat race, whether or not he is a podium threat or even a top 10 threat. All right, so you don't got a top 5 then?
You talking me?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right then.
Kenny winning.
Okay.
I think he has to this week. He don't have a choice. Tomac in second, Anderson third. I think Barsha does good again and gets a 4th. 5th, I haven't picked that one yet. It's gonna probably be Mookie Hill. I can't decide which one. And Freezy for the wild card.
I feel that. I feel like Freezy's going to probably be the most picked wild card this week. That just seems like a position that has his name written all over it. But just like every week prior to this, I feel like there's easily 4 other dudes that we could discuss. But
I've got Brayton wrote down, Wilson, Freezy,
Yep.
Davalos, Reed, Baggett, AP.
Yep.
I mean, there's
Oh.
more people for the wild card than there is in the top 5.
Easily. Just to keep it easy for myself and my mental stability, I'm going to go with Freezy and lock him in. But will it shock me if he ends up not 12th, not even close with as many riders that could potentially get that wild card position? We're just going to go with some consistency and hope to be pulling ourselves out of the doghouse a little bit with how bad these points have been so far this season. All right.
I didn't hear. Did anybody see Webb ride today?
Yeah. People were saying he looked fast.
Really?
Haskell's saying he didn't ride all week and he only rode one of the press day sessions.
Yeah, but I heard that he was looking pretty solid in press day, which is, like I said, he qualifies bad and still does good. So it's impossible to know what we're gonna be dealing with. Yo, B-Tip, what up, man? Yo, Viper, don't even sweat it, my guy. We got playback. All right, I gotta get the one and only in here, dude. Our man Wes is now in the lead of this championship, and I want to know. I want to know the secrets. I want to taste the rainbow. I want to know what's going on. So I'm gonna move him in, and I'm gonna move you guys up. I love you all to death, and I thank you for coming through and giving us your hot takes on this current Supercross season, which is literally going to be one of the seasons I think we look back on in the future and are thankful as hell for this time in the sport.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. I love you.
All
All right. The one and only. You're at work listening to the stream? Is that what I'm to assume is going on? Oh no, he might not even be here, dude. My man Wes in the building. He's got the points.
My mic was muted.
You're good.
What's going on, my man?
What is up, my dude? What is up? You have joined into our lead, taken over the whole damn thing. Restored's punch in the air, watching you just be way too many damn points in front of him. Where are we at?
He doesn't even need to worry. I'm gonna throw it away.
Yeah,
I did
you've got
last
a
year.
42. You've got a 42. My goodness, 42-point lead right now, dude. All right, the entire world wants to know what the secret is. What do you got? What is the top 5 energy you're feeling, my dude?
Okay, so this could change by tomorrow. So my secret is I always watch qualifying and I kind of go off what I see from there, but not really, because none of that really means anything.
Yeah, no, I feel it.
When it comes to racing. So this could change up. So I got Tomac in first, Roxon in second. I'm kind of stuck on a 3rd place. I'm kind of thinking Anderson, believe it or not. Anderson or maybe, I'm going to be honest, I don't see this, but maybe Barsha, but I don't see that happening. And then for 3rd and 4th place, either those two. And then 5th place, this is going to be my hot take. Could Baggett do it?
Ooh.
Could Baggett do it?
I have put Baggett in that spot, I think, 2 different times. Baggett has shown some phenomenal speed. Baggett's shown phenomenal speed, but he has just been, for whatever reason, inconsistent. I would even say uncharacteristically inconsistent.
Oh, absolutely.
And
he does have a bunker wrist, though. Just
okay, all right. I was gonna say he has. I feel like he's been like washing the front end a lot, which could totally be the baby wrist. That could 100% be him having a rough wrist. So, man, I don't think Baggett in the 5th place is a crazy. I don't think it's crazy by any means. I think it may be a little spicy. Is it a hot take? It might even be in that ballpark. But like you said, this isn't the final lock-in for you because you make sure to watch qualifying. And
I make sure to follow all day just to see what's going on, because you never know. Somebody could get, like last week, somebody could get hurt in qualifying.
100%.
You never know.
100%.
So, and honestly, I need a new bike, dude. My shit's so clapped out.
Let's go, dude. Let's go. You're in this, dude. You're 11th place. That is insane. That it is crazy how high scoring the people in this group are. Like I
started off terrible. I started off in 12,000th place.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, like it's crazy. It's crazy how high scoring you guys are. I'm blown away to see how high up in the field some of you guys. We have 2 people in the top 100, and then
Dude, I had to put on for the sleuth.
bro, I'm telling you, man. I tell everyone how incredibly sexy and buff everyone is in the sleuth, but I failed to mention how big everyone's brains are. I don't give you guys enough credit for just being the massive brains that you guys are, dude. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
All right. What was your wild card? Did you go with Freezy too?
So wild card. This is gonna be the hot take, but again, this could change. Chad fucking Reed.
Wow.
Could change though.
Is that the second time I've heard that tonight?
Yeah, I believe Sean just put him up there.
Wow.
I kind of do the same thing for the wild card spot. I just kind of look at that general area of the map and just like, okay, this dude could do it, this dude could do it, this dude could do it. And then based on qualifying times, how they're looking throughout the day, that's when you make your pick.
Yeah, no. And if you look at it, I mean, Reedy got 13th last week, which it's a wild, or it's a triple crown, so it's tough to say 100%. But I mean,
the other reason I put him that far up, normally I don't think that he'd be that far up, but we have lost quite a few people.
Yeah.
And now hearing that Osborne's out too, like that's crazy.
Yep. That's exactly what I was saying about Freezy. You look at a guy who's been getting a 15th, 16th kind of position, and you automatically can give him 3 spots because you've got Tickle out, you've got Osborne out, you've got AC out. Like those are 3 for sure dudes that would have most likely made the main event.
Yeah.
Tickle, you could say maybe, but yeah, both the other 2 for sure are making the main event. So that you've got these spots that are automatically opening up for these guys. So yeah, 100%, just absolutely miserable for Tickle. The build up and the excitement of him coming back. Him being like the main Suzuki rider now, and then just ends up getting injured right away. It's extremely unfortunate. Extremely unfortunate.
Shitty.
All right, man. Well.
Yeah. So that's my rundown. Like I said, it could change.
People are gonna be taking notes on how you're running this championship because I think
it's the way you have to do it if you're wanting to be competitive. I mean, look how many people are playing.
Oh, dude, yeah. Look,
you have to look at every single angle.
Just at the bottom of our group, the person in last place is in 79,000th place.
Yeah.
So that means there's probably 80,000 people playing this. So to be in the top 100, almost the damn top 10 that you're in, that's absolutely insane. So congrats on that. Keep that energy up, my dude. And man, fuck winning our championship, dude. I hope you win the bike, my guy. I hope that you take this whole thing.
I need something new.
Yeah, keep that energy up, my dude. Keep that energy up.
I got all the gear to match the nice bike, but my shit's clapped.
You hear this? You hear this, RM Fantasy? Let's go. Let's get this bike going. Let's have the sleuth put on for the whole ass nation. Did you say that you were at work right now?
I was.
Okay,
so luckily I made it home to my setup before I got on the call. Thank God, dude. I was sitting out there filling out the last little bit of paperwork like, fuck, dude, I hope I don't got to go on right now.
All right, dude. I was afraid. I was like, all right, I got to get you the hell out of here so I don't get you fired, dude. I tell people all the time, and people like, I'm at work watching the stream, I'm at school. I'm like, do not get in trouble watching the goddamn stream.
Bro, honestly, I don't even really watch it. It's just the background noise. I need something to like.
Oh, I feel it. I feel
get my mind off of what I'm doing.
No, I feel it, and I appreciate that you use this stream as entertainment and noise to help you get through your work week, man. Because I know,
man, I
know how valuable
all
that shit is,
you
dude.
put out.
Thank you.
I might not catch every stream because of work, man, but I catch every video.
I feel it. I feel it, and that's why I leave that shit up for you guys to watch back, my dude. All right.
Yeah, greatly appreciated.
Wes, you actual fucking king, my dude. You get the hell out of here. You have a great rest of your night, and I thank you for coming through and giving us that hot-ass take.
Hell yeah. Thanks for letting me in, man. I appreciate it.
For sure, dude. Have a good night, man.
You too. Later.
All right. We're going to double dip on this one, and we're going to bring in 2 of the most incredibly sexy viewers in the history of time. We're going to get another double hot take before we run this show right into the ground and send you guys off on your weekend. I got Travis in here and I got Dankster in here. They've been sitting here watching the whole ass stream, listening to all these hot ass takes, figuring out what they're going to pick for their top 5 and a wild card. And now they're going to give it to us right here on the most electric RM Fantasy Supercross stream in the history of time.
Let's go. Oh my
All right,
gosh.
Dangster.
I'm running a fine line right now. I'm risking it for the biscuit.
My-
I've taken a half bottle of NyQuil. I could drift away at
Oh
any
my
moment.
goodness. You better be sitting at home and not driving down the freeway like our man Don.
Yes, I am at home.
Okay.
I'm spent though. Got another 80+ work week in the
Oh
books.
my goodness,
Got to work
dude.
tomorrow, so I'm gonna miss qualies again. I had AC, I think second or third, and then got home and was like, he crashed. No.
Yeah, thankfully for
So-
me last week, I woke up to people letting me know that AC was out, so I ran over to my computer and changed it. I know I don't ever change the picks after the stream, but I was like, come on, man, I'm not going to leave a broken rider in my top 5. Please, please, don't judge
Even though
me.
it's AC, I can't do that.
Yeah, don't judge me, please. Can a guy make his picks clean up a little bit after one of his favorite riders blows out? Gets a clavicle?
When Jah blesses you, you must receive the blessing.
100%. All right. Let's get into this. Let's get hot. Let's get sweaty. My dude Dankster's floating off some NyQuil. That means his top 5 is going to be extremely interesting. So let's hear it, my dude.
All right. Well, it is time for a new winner of the Supercross season. And if your jersey is tucked in, you're not winning, brother.
Oh! He said Team Fried top 1, baby.
Wow. No, Team Fried.
Wow.
Let's go.
Wow.
You could just tell he was like, yo, that battle with Tomac, he was like, look, I can hang with these boys. Don't forget that I won a championship already. I can do this thing. He's feeling it.
I'm feeling this. No, you've got my attention. Please, King, bring me home, dude. This is electricity flowing through my fingertips right now. Team Fried top spot, new winner, first W of 2020. Where could we go from here? Where could we possibly go? Hold on to your butts, guys. Who's 2 and 3 now?
Right. We got Ken coming home in a modest second.
Strong.
Kenny's a good second place dude. Ken's he's so solid. I got Tomac in third, but he's gonna go on quite the journey to get third. Tomac's gonna get a decent start. He's gonna get out front, and then he's gonna be like, oh, okay, well, Cooper's not old Cooper. Cooper's a little banged up. I got the red plates. Kind of go on cruise control mode, and then he's going to pull a classic Eli and be like, oh, well, since I'm not going blazing fast, I'm going to boof myself.
This is the
So
night that the Eli juice comes out.
And then he's going to have to put it all the way in 5th pin, brother. And he's going to race back, but he's only going to get to 3rd. He's going to finish on this schmo, but he's going to have quite the journey.
No, I feel this. And like honestly, I don't feel you being crazy. This doesn't feel like some sort of crazy tale that a crazy person would tell.
If you've seen Tomac race, you know that this story has happened before.
Yeah. No. You're not wrong. Honestly, I either think that we're going to be sitting there being like, wow, Dankster was off the cough syrup, or be like, whoa, the cough syrup be telling the real and true story, boys and girls. Because
all I'm saying is I'm going to get a perfect score, and people are going to go empty shelves of NyQuil.
You're not wrong.
That's
all right.
The secret sauce.
Now let's bring us into the harder picks and your wild card, and we'll let Travis come off this energy. Look, I should let Travis go first. I apologize that you have to follow up this kind of a pick, but we'll see here in a sec. Wait, he left. He couldn't handle it.
Oh, no.
I'll get him back. All right, give us 4th and 5th.
He said, wait, NyQuil. Let me go get some NyQuil.
Yeah, I gotta get some NyQuil real quick. All right, give us 4th and 5th real quick.
All right, 4th and 5th. 4th got Bam Bam. Solid like top 5 guys. You know, got some competitors dropping, and I think Bam Bam's a solid 4th. He's not blazing fast, but if somebody kind of makes him mad at the beginning of the race, he's going to ride like Mad Bam Bam
Mhm.
and get a solid 4. 5th place, I got Cooper Webb. Honestly, if it was anybody other than Cooper Webb, I wouldn't even consider them in the top 5, but you can't go from having a WWE finishing move and just be like, oh no, I'll be back next week. You guys keep the bike tip top shape. So Cooper is just an absolute robot living. He's gonna get a top 5. He will be out there.
I feel it. I feel it. And honestly, I don't think any of your picks are crazy, my dude. I don't think for a minute that you have put anything out there that is too ridiculous. And I think that the NyQuil may be treating you the way that it needs to be treating you, my guy.
Well, hold on to your Degeneration X cutoffs because the safest pick is that wild card. Vince Freezy.
Vince Freezy, my dude!
I mean, my goodness. If I end up coming back somehow and stealing this championship away, I'm gonna take a picture with the hog trophy and I'm sending it to Vince Freezy.
Yeah.
I'm saying thank you.
Yeah, dude.
You've brought me home.
Honestly, now that we've heard Wes's strategy on how to get this done, we've heard Nate's strategy on how to get this done, there's no reason that you guys can't take over and just win all of the motorcycles that RM Rocky Mountain Fantasy is offering to all these wonderful viewers and participants in this championship. Vince Freezy is going to be my Stone Cold Lock of the Week for the wild card. Travis, you have to follow up literally some of the hottest takes in the history of the RM Fantasy Supercross stream. What are you feeling this week for a top 5 plus a 12th place wild card? Huh?
Am I in this?
Yeah. We can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. Brah, Big Daddy Scoot.
My
So,
dude.
Part of the Sleuth. First time on Discord.
Look, it's a little overwhelming at first, but it starts to get easier and easier as things move forward.
Right, been wanting to be in on this forever, watching all the fucking first round SX gameplay all the way till now.
Dude, hell yeah.
I'm not even in the RM Fantasy yet. Gotta get started on that.
Look at this
So,
dude.
You can join
quite
at
a
any
fucking
time.
handful.
Yeah, you can join at any time.
But say wild card, Reed for sure. 12th place wild
Wow.
card.
That's the third person
He's done
now.
good in Atlanta. He's pretty good in the sand. And just having his whole family there on press day. If you haven't seen any of the footage, I feel like he's gonna be throwing out those good vibes, throwing out some schmeezers for the fam, and just rocking it out. I got Tomac riding that red plate energy. It's his first race win post getting the red plate ever last week. Hasn't shit the bed yet.
No, I feel that.
Got Roxon for second because he's getting more.
Oh, you're cutting out there. What we missed that last.
Anytime soon.
You cut out there in the middle. You said Roxon for 2, and then what then?
Saying I think he's going to be chasing Tomac because he's mad that Tomac is slipping away. And it's not a triple crown, so he doesn't have to worry about the fatigue as bad as he normally would.
Yeah.
So if he gets a start, I could see him being gone for first or second, but I have him at second. I have Anderson in third after almost getting an overall last week, but then throwing it away in the whoops. And then Webb fourth, trying to rebound, but still having to deal with the injury.
Yeah.
So he's a strong boy, but I don't think he's got the win in him yet. But I'd like to see him prove me wrong. Maybe get another kiss from RJ's sister. Who knows?
Such a heavy flex.
And Fifth, I got Barsha because he's been strong, but he doesn't have the starts. But he's been good at fighting through the pack, so maybe he'll send it across that giant ski jump into the stand.
Yeah, dude. Hopefully we get
and
another
lock
shot.
it in.
I feel that, dude. I feel that. Dude,
So
honestly,
yeah, I think that's as solid as I can get after that last insane picks.
yeah. No. I think both of you demonstrated either end of the spectrum of what I guess a quote-unquote conservative pick would be, maybe more so on yours with the Eli, Cooper, Ken kind of up there in the higher positions. Now, I know you switched Cooper and Anderson, but like we said already, Anderson, I had full faith in last week to show up for the top 5. He ends up battling for an overall, ends up on the podium. Fantastic ride from him. I think he's a top 5 contender for sure. And I'm going to go ahead and lock in my 5th place because you guys have already said it a bunch of times. And as much as I want to see Baggett in this 5th place, I think it's going to be Barsha. He got 4th place last week. There's no AC. There's no Osborne. Those are 2 people that would have potentially been battling with Barsha and given him a run for that 5th place or pushing him out of that 5th place, I feel like. Now, of course, Hill could possibly be a person that could get in Barsha's way. Mookie, maybe.
That's if Hill doesn't tuck the front again.
Yeah, and honestly, Baggett could possibly be someone that is in this battle for the 5th place. But I think exactly what you said. I think Barsha looks really, really strong right now. He just doesn't have the starts, and I don't think he quite has the speed to run with Eli and Ken and even a healthy Cooper. But he has the speed to be in the mix with those guys. Now, if he gets a start, that could be a totally different situation, but he doesn't seem like he's been getting the starts recently. So with that, I think that he's going to be a mid-pack start and then battle his way up into a 4th, 5th kind of battle. He could even,
Exactly.
I think, I've heard Justin in 4th, I think, already tonight. I don't think that's a bad pick either. But for my top 5, for how I'm going to decide that I'm going to lock this in, I think this is it. I think this is my top 5 based off of, I said I was going to listen to all you guys and hear what a lot of people had to say. And I think that without a doubt, I can say that this is going to be my top 5 plus a wild card. So let me go ahead and wrap this down and get us all out of here on a wonderful Friday night. Dankster and Travis, I want to thank you guys so much for coming through and giving us each of your top 5 plus wild cards. Because like I said, I think it covers a pretty wide opinion of the way that everyone's kind of seeing what could possibly go down. So I love you guys. I'm going to mute real quick and I'm going to shut this down. So I want to thank you guys again for coming through and everybody that came through to the Discord.
Thank you, Sleuth.
Of course. We love you. I love you.
Rooming for Hangtown is still open, my dude.
All right, dude. We'll talk.
Come through.
All right, I'll be back. Chat, let's get the hell out of here. Boys and girls, look, I know we can argue this, and I'm even thinking maybe that this Eli front Cooper 2 isn't the best idea, but I'm going to lock it in, and I'm not going to overthink it. Boys and girls, for the wild card in 12th place, I'm going to lock in Vince Freezy. Justin Barsha is going to get the lock-in for the 5th place. Jason Anderson's going to get the lock-in for the 4th place. Big Ken Roxon is going to get the lock-in for the 3rd place. Cooper Webb, fingers crossed, the spine is feeling good, is getting the lock-in for the 2nd place. And the big number 3, doing it for Dale, taking us into Daytona, is going to get that big lock-in for the number 1. Boys and girls, these are my picks, and my picks only. Do not base your picks entirely off of mine and get mad at me. But for as this Friday sits, this is Scooty Puff's one and only
Stone Cold Lock of the Century. All week.
Let's go! Chat, I love you all to death. Seriously, I cannot thank you guys enough for coming through and hanging out on a Friday damn night while we do some bench racing and some fantasy Supercross picks. The stream went way longer than I anticipated, but we had a bunch of amazing members of the Sleuth coming through with amazing input on all of the chaos that we've had going on this Supercross season. So I thank you guys so much for putting up with, once again, another 2-hour damn stream. I love you all to death, and I thank you everyone. Whether you were just in the chat giving your opinion or if you came into the Discord tonight and threw down your hot take, I thank you everyone for coming through and helping fill in while we had Shark Tank and Don missing. Don came through while driving his damn truck lost in Texas giving his hot take. I thank you. I thank you for making this some of literally the greatest fantasy Supercross on all of YouTube. I love you all to death, and I hope you guys have a wonderful damn weekend. We're going to have some day racing on Supercross tomorrow, so if you guys didn't remember, it's earlier in the day. Make sure you are up. I love you all to death. Restored, thank you for the questions again. I didn't get through all of them, but I think we covered some of them. So I thank you, everyone, seriously, so much for coming through. I thank you all for the support on the channel, and I thank you all for being part of the Sleuth. Boys and girls, have a great rest of your weekend. Let's enjoy some damn Supercross tomorrow. I love you all to death. You better say that shit back. I want to see those hashtag GNs and those hashtag ILYs. You are all kings, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Chat, you're all wonderful, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend if we don't see each other before that. Monday, we got DMR. Round 3 coming up. Let's hope we get that bike in the A-main once again. If I don't see you before then, have a great weekend. As I said, I love you all to death. Now say that shit back. We are the Sleuth. I am Scooty Puff Jr., and I am out.
Scooty Puff Jr.
You look like you've got something to say. Do you?
Yes, I certainly do. I have to go now. My planet needs me.
Wow.
Scooty Puff
Came from another planet? I guess.
Just you got the